Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday and welcome to MLS Monday. We're excited to have everybody here. I see we still have people popping in. So we do have a couple of announcements as we get started. Last week, we came up with this brilliant idea
That was you.
that we're going to be launching out here in November 5th. We're doing a thing called MLS Experience. And what this is it's going to be about a 2.5 to 3 hour Zoom call where we'll have vendors on, all the tools and technology that we offer through our MLS, and kind of do a very much kind of a RE Barcamp meets TechCon virtually. But it'll be fun. It'll be breakout rooms available. We'll have a big announcement of another partnership that we've got that we're working on right now. And just will be a good time to kind of, kind of reset. It's November 5th. I think it's on our dashboard
You
already.
can go in under events. So
Under
if you go
events.
to events, not education, it is an event. You can sign up today.
Yep. We do have our broker summit coming on. So if you are a broker or you have a broker, remind them of our broker summit on September 11th at 12 o'clock. We got a lot of great, amazing speakers. Josh Cadillac will be here talking about a business you can be proud of and building a business you can be proud of. We'll have an MLS update. We'll have an update from Florida Realtors. We've got a special guest coming all the way from Orlando talking about risk management, some of the E&O insurance claims that are happening out there, and some other risk. We've got a cybersecurity professional. We'll be speaking about recruiting and retention and some other topics. So it'll be a great day, half day for our brokers, and then we'll have an event afterwards so they can sign up now for that, also under events and meetings.
Mhm.
And that morning on September 11th, Josh will be doing a class. This is offsite. It's not here at the office. It is actually at an
Right here.
event center
Almost
across
right.
the street.
See it out the
Yeah.
window.
That we're going to be doing this at, but we did it there so we can have enough seats to fill the classroom. And he's doing a class that's called Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. So where are my clients from?
Mhm.
And that is also available to sign up right now online. So both these events will sell out, I'm sure of it. So please let people know. That will be a great class. He has not offered it down here yet. So we're excited about that.
And I know you say it's going to sell out fast, but I think it'll reserve fast because it is free to the members. So
It is
it's for
free.
benefit to you.
It is free. Both the class and the broker summit is free to you. But yes, we'll hit capacity, which for both of those are 100 seats.
Mhm.
And broker summit's already got 30 this morning.
Yeah.
And our class had a couple dozen. So sign up. With that, we've got a very special MLS Monday here with one of our partners, one of our newest partners, with Ad Builder and Margot, who is the CEO of Ad Builder. So with that, we've had you guys on the dashboard now for what, about 2 months? Almost 3
Yep.
months, somewhere around there, 3
Yep,
months?
the MLS type.
Yeah.
Yep, through the MLS Touch app. Yep. So this is exciting. I mean, I'm gonna let you take it away, and I was stealing your thunder, but when I saw this almost a year ago, I was amazed by it. I mean, this is something that, realtors' best use of their time is belly to belly with customers, not necessarily creating ads. And even you want to use ChatGPT or AI or whatever, right? You're never going to be as good as a professional that knows what they're doing with this. So when I saw this, I was like, this is a real big gap that people have. And so we worked through getting a partnership with you guys. And so I'll turn it over to you, Margot.
Great. Thank you so much. I'm really, really happy to be here and share a little bit more. I just popped up my screen here. Is that looking good?
Yep, we can see it.
Excellent. Yeah, so I really appreciate you saying a couple of things there about what impressed you or what stood out for you about Ad Builder, because that's a core part of our message, is really about how to have a plan around marketing that is definitely a little different this day and age. And not only are there a lot of areas to emphasize about your business, but these platforms are complicated, and we're trying to make it easier for you to both win more sellers and bring in more buyers. So it's a message today, sort of talking about a bit of let's reset as we head into the end of the year, finish the year strong. As you mentioned, my name is Margot Fraker. I am the CEO of Ad Builder, and we've been working with you all for a few months now and really excited to continue to see it grow. One of the things I'll say before I jump into is we are always looking for feedback. Our product is continuing to grow. We have been bringing in more and more MLSs across the country. But the more that we can hear from you through our customer success team about what's working, what could be improved, we're always looking for feedback. A couple of housekeeping things really quick. We are recording, as I think you saw when you popped in here this morning. Don't be shy where there's a Q&A. You can ask questions. We have somebody monitoring that from my team, as well as of course, from your MLS here. So if there's anything specific to that, they can answer and stay on until the very end. We'll provide you with a discount code. So what is happening today in the market? And I know it's different in different parts of the country today, but what we're seeing overall nationally is that things are balancing out a bit more. And that's due. It's new since I'd say, kind of prior to the pandemic, and what has been happening since then. So we're seeing some headlines across the area in your region that homes are staying longer on the market. Prices are stabilizing. It's becoming a little bit more of a buyer market. And you have potentially sellers who are a little bit frustrated, either because they waited till this point to put their home on the market, and or they're just not really quite understanding how the market is working these days, because it is changing. So what do we need to do when you get into a place like that is obviously getting motivated buyers, the buyers who are actually looking to buy. And this is where we'll talk about how paid advertising on social media comes into play for this, but also win over more sellers by proving that you can close the deal. And that is really around thinking about what you're doing through this marketing as not just lead generation to that specific listing, but really demand generation for your business. So Ad Builder is an integrated tool. It's directly integrated into the MLS, meaning that all your data is available so that we can use that data to create ads. And I'll talk a little bit about what that looks like and how that works. Currently, we are integrated into the mobile app, MLS Touch. So I'll show you at the end here a little demo about how you can find it and then how easy the process is to get it set up. But first, I just want to talk again about kind of this overall value proposition around what is paid advertising in digital space and how that can really help you with your business. We're going to focus on two areas: getting the listing eyes on it, getting the right type of buyers, working sort of more efficiently, and what's going to catch people's attention in the social media world today. And then also drive in more customers for you. So more sellers, kind of the opposite side of that, where you're showing your value out to your potential customer base. So first, selling your listing, so reaching buyers where they are. Basically, today it's challenging. Properties with longer days on market, in the traditional sense of where people go to find out what's for sale in the portals these days, for example, or on real estate focused apps, it's a crowded world out there. So one thing that we are promoting here with Ad Builder is the fact that we're putting your listing out on the places where everybody is going, which is social media, Facebook, Instagram, or searching on Google or Bing, which use AI these days to find their search results. And we're using the algorithms that are built into these platforms to drive traffic to your listing. So it's going to get, again, a focus on people who are looking for real estate or searching on real estate and finding them through their social media platforms. We talked a lot about sort of how complicated these platforms can be. So if you've done any kind of marketing through a Facebook or Instagram or any of the platforms that are out there, it does require you to be a bit of a marketing expert to understand how all of the setup works. So what we're trying to do is make this really easy and simple, and only a few decisions you have to make. And I'll walk through those when I get to the demo. But because we're integrated with your MLS, there's no uploads that you have to do, no data entry, no photo uploads. We pull all that information directly from the MLS, which is the source of truth for all that data. It understands where your property is in the life cycle. And then all you need to do is basically say, what kind of, campaign do I want to run? What's my budget? And what is the radius that that's going to hit, which is basically for fair housing rules, what you need to make sure that you're targeting the audience based on geography and only geography. The other thing that it does is it creates a video ad out of your photos. So it'll take the first 8 photos in your, up to 8 photos in your data, and it will turn that into a live dynamic video. And that is something that is almost table stakes and required in social media to stop the scroll, as they say, and get people to kind of pay attention to what this beautiful property is that you're marketing. So what is the results we've seen? So we've worked with some of the largest MLSs in the country, and we've tracked data with them. We've been live for almost 2 years in some other areas. And what we are noticing is that Ad Builder can reduce days on market. It also shows your value. So it's proof of you being able to get a listing to pending or getting the listing to close. So you can also advertise sold listings that you've done historically in the marketplace, especially if you don't have an active listing today. All right, so driving in future business, a lot of what we say here is social media advertising is really about demand generation. It's really about getting your next client, your next listing. It's building your brand. Yes, you will generate leads, but this is not a lead generation focused only tool where you're just getting a lead for the property that you're selling. This is about getting visible and staying in the top of mind for people around the year. And you can show them that Ad Builder is a part of your portfolio. Just like any other service and partnership that your MLS is offering to you. This is another one that you can market to your potential sellers, show that you know how these systems work, these social media platforms, how to get their house out there, get more visibility. Because today, 1 in 6 sellers meets their agent via social media or a search engine. It's changing out there, and you need to be present in those platforms in order to make sure that your name is visible, not just on the signs or in other print media, but also digitally and online, where there are a lot of eyeballs. So be an early adopter, understand how social media can help you, and work on this paid digital marketing advertising. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about where to find Ad Builder in amongst all of the other great tools that you have. So we talked about this is present in MLS Touch. When you launch the app in your mobile device, you'll see it here, a home screen with several tiles. You want to head to My Listings, and you want to make sure that you're in the list view of My Listings. And for each of your listings that you have, you'll see a little promote button here. I think actually on the latest version of the app, it's right on top of this image of the property. So just a slightly different spot. So I'm going to show you what happens when you click on this button, because when you click on this button, as you see, there's multiple ones. So for each listing, there'll be multiple. It's going to pull through the data for that listing into a draft ad. Just want to make sure that you all can still see what I'm showing. Great. Okay. So you should be seeing, once you click on that promote button, it's going to open up kind of right inside of that mobile app, right on your phone. It's going to open up a window that's going to show you Ad Builder. An Ad Builder is an easy 5-step process. I'm going to walk you through each of the steps. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what types of video ads that you can choose. So on your first screen, you're going to have 2 major options, either a full listing lifecycle ad. This is an intelligent ad that runs right off of the status in your MLS, which is another key sort of feature that we have because we're integrated in with your data. And this is a great ad to run at the beginning of your listing life cycle. So if you are just listed, this is a great time to kind of come in and allow that to run through. Not only will it go off of the statuses that you have, but also it will go off of the whether or not you put in open house data. So depending on whether or not you do that far enough in advance of an upcoming open house, it would then also advertise that status and those upcoming open houses. And the way that you should think about this is it'll run for a much longer period of time. It'll run for basically 21 days. And it will not only go out to the Facebook and Instagram display ads on social media, it'll also go to the search, Google and Bing. And the reason why that's only offered as part of Ad Intelligence is because those campaigns need a little bit longer time to learn about what the appropriate algorithm is to use. And so you need to be up on those platforms for at least a couple of weeks to make it really worth the budget that you're putting towards the Google and Bing search ads. The other option you have is you can target a specific status. You might have just done a price reduction, or you might have just gone under contract, or you want to boost and kind of really get the foot traffic in for an open house. You can run these ad target ads actually in parallel with an Ad Intelligence ad. So if this is running and you want to just put a little bit more budget into one of these additional statuses, that's something you can do, knowing that the ad media and the copy and the information, if you do one of these statuses below, will automatically update in the Ad Intelligence ad. So I'm just going to select open house. One thing you can do here is you can quickly preview what the ad is going to look like. So this will kind of give you a sense. It's not going to play the video per se, but it's just going to give you kind of an understanding of this is generally how it'll show up. And I'm going to give you an example of a live ad in a little while. So I'm selecting my open house and you get to the goal page. This is step 2. And what you're doing here is making 3 simple decisions. So what's my budget? Super easy with your finger to sort of slide this around on your mobile device and pick a budget for yourself. You'll see that the performance estimates will change. And these are broad ranges because it really depends geography, what you pick. It depends where you are in the country, various things. But you're going to get sort of an estimate of how many eyeballs you're going to get on there, how many people are going to express interest by clicking on it, and or how many will actually fill out information and get the lead. I'm running an open house ad, and it's going to recommend that I run a campaign that's focused on getting the most people to see that ad because you are trying to get the most foot traffic in. There's also clicks and leads. These are going to target in a different way the audience. So for example, a lead campaign is going to narrow the audience down to higher intent, those who are really focusing their efforts on social media around real estate, looking for other homes, etc. And then the last piece that you pick is this target audience. So this property is in the Denver area. You can see it's picking the widest radius for right now. I could lower this down and really focus in on the areas right in Denver where I want this people to see this property. You can only go down as low as 15 miles radius. Again, these are all rules that we're trying to make easier for you on the social media side. Once I confirm those, then the third step is something you should only have to do once or only if any of this information changes, but it's super important to get this correct. We are, again, pulling this over as much as we can from the data in the MLS, but do make sure that your brand and your brokerage brand are accurate and up to date. Step 4 is about reviewing everything you've put in so far. So all campaigns that you start are always going to default to starting immediately. And they're going to run, these ad targets are going to run for 5 days. You can change the start and end dates in here. You can again go back and change your budget if you so choose. It's going to again give you a preview of what it'll look like on Facebook and Instagram. The primary ad text down here is editable in an ad target ad. In Ad Intelligence, it's not going to be because it is doing that based off of the status. So that will change as different statuses change. But this is something you could edit for an ad target ad. And I definitely change it if it makes sense to change it. But the other thing that we're doing here to help you out with these platforms is to try to optimize this text to pull in the right people to see this as part of the algorithm. So there's a lot of best practices that go into what should this text say. There's also rules within the platforms, like Facebook will deny ads if there are certain words or things used in here. So it is a little bit of a gonna work to trust us on that what we're putting in here is going to get you the best performance on your ad. And then you are given a destination website for your property. So it's a single property website. That's where the ad on Facebook, if they click on learn more, that's where it's going to take them. And I'll show you an example of one of those when I show you a live example. So once you've gotten through all of that data and there isn't anything you need to change, then you just approve it. The last step is pretty standard on online payment portals. So here's the price. If you don't have a card in there, you'll have to add one. There may be taxes and fees in your area. And then if you have a discount code, which you will get at the end of this call, don't forget to put that in here and hit apply so you see it applied to the total. And then you can pay for your ad. And you're going to be dropped into a confirmation screen with some links to additional information you get as your ad is running. So while your ad is running, you might want to view the statistics of your campaign. You're also going to get transactional email sent to the email that you put into your profile information. That might be something you want to make sure you don't have us marked as spam. So make sure that you have us as a trusted sender, but you'll get anytime anybody likes the ad, anytime anybody comments on the ad, and anytime anybody goes to learn more and fills out the contact form either through Facebook or through your property website, you will get a lead email as well. When you go to view your campaign, this isn't a test account, so obviously you're not going to see anything. I'll show you a little bit about what a live campaign looks like in a second. you have the option of this seller report, and that's a great tool with your seller to help show them what their property performance is getting on the ad that you've placed for them. So really a great tool. In here, you'll also see any contact form fills or social interactions. So not only do you get the email alerts, you also get a kind of dashboard here to go and check out on a regular basis. All right, let me share with you what a live ad looks like. All right. So this is a live ad that's being run in your area down there in Fort Myers, and you can kind of see how the movement of the video draws the attention in, and then it has the branding down here as well as part of the ad as it's playing through. It plays through pretty quickly. Attention spans are short on social media, so just really trying to get the key information, a couple of key photos, and the branding information through. And then, as I mentioned, this is what the seller report looks like. So you can actually, from your phone, go in, see this seller report, and share a link with your seller. And what they're going to see here is they're going to actually see live performance of how this ad is running. It's about to finish a little bit, I think, either later today or tomorrow. And so it's gotten over 800 views. It's thinking that in the next probably 24 hours, it's going to get a few more, and it's 23 people have expressed interest. And what this means is they may have clicked on the ad, or they may have filled out lead information around that ad. So I'm going to pause at this point. This is usually where it's good to get some Q&A going, and I can pull back up the demo screen and help people go through any questions they have. Is there anybody able to see? Let's see. Is the listing website link customizable to anything we choose? The answer to that question is not at this time. It's really important, again, for approval of these ads that websites conform, especially from a security perspective, to a standard. And so we have to ensure that every ad we place on your behalf is going to get approved by the platform. And so those listing websites right now are standardized. Oh, there's another one. Where do I find Ad Builder on the RP website? So I think because you have to access Ad Builder directly through MLS Touch, you would access it if you're looking to get onto the platform via MLS Touch. But there is information, I believe, on the website about the product itself through the product pages.
We have a tile on the dashboard. So you've got like your core tools, and then down below there's a section for resources, and there is a tile that'll take you out to the Ad Builder site. And like Margot said, it's really just informational, but if you want to use the product purely through MLS Touch.
This is great. I also will encourage anybody to reach out to our customer success team, and I'm going to have Gina put the information in the chat about our 1-800 number as well as our email. If you're in the application itself, there's a chat option, which is really convenient if you're trying to place an ad. We have coaching sessions, so you can reach out to our team and really work through with them the first time you're placing an ad. And that is something that I think is really helpful, especially if this is a new service for you. Are we able to run ads for listings in our brokerage, not just our own, if allowed by the broker? Great question. This is something that we've been working with a lot of MLSs on, which is not only like, how does it work when you're not the listing owner, But yes, is it something that if the broker is saying, hey, like, do this advertisement about other ads, other listings that are out there? So currently, no, you do not, because as you saw, when you go in through MLS Touch, you're just going to see your listings. But in the future, we have it in our product roadmap to be able to basically, if you have permission, and those listings are something that you can see for other parts of the brokerage, then we would basically allow anyone to place an ad for that. But it is something that we have to work with each MLS to make sure that we're following all the rules. And we will get you out that customer success. I think we're having difficulty getting into the chat, but I'll send that information out in the follow-up email. I'm going to pull back up the presentation and go through sort of the coupon code. Moment here. All right, so you can use the code fall sellers for 20% off your next ad. This is an expiring coupon. So make sure you get in and check it out. Try the product out. You'll get 20% off now through the middle of September. We also do have a new customer, if you've never used the product before, coupon code. So reach out to our customer success team if that's something you're interested in. Also, I think the team at Florida has information about that if you're interested in first time use. Any other questions coming through? Don't see any other Q&A. Do you see any other Q&A?
No.
Nope.
We do
Great.
not. Oh, there's one.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having us on. I really appreciate it. And again, we're really open to feedback. So would love to hear what you guys all think about the product. We definitely have had several people using the product, as you saw already in your area. And we'll be talking to folks about, just sort of what their experience is and making sure that we're meeting your needs.
Yeah, thank you. And so just a couple of things. As I go out and do broker office visits, which is something that we've been doing here for about 19 months, 20 months now, just went on another one last week. And we talk about the different services and things that we offer. And this is something that just recently, obviously, we just rolled it out, but had some great success on the ad builder platform itself with, listings in our market were different down here than any place in the country.
Yeah.
I'm hearing stories of multiple offers in Columbus, Ohio, and all this kind of stuff around the country. And down here, we've got a surplus of inventory, and it's been a little bit slower for that inventory to move, although we're starting to stabilize what I would call it pretty much of an even marketplace today. But a story that I was in a broker office visit last week, and as I was leaving, husband-wife team pulled me aside and said that, they were able to, this is something that they already had the listing in place, so it wasn't part of their listing presentation. But when it came time to renew and the house had been on the market a while, they were able to agree to a price reduction, a small price reduction, and then they did an ad, and they were amazed by the results of it. So as things stay there, and I think it's always good to put money into marketing these properties to get some different visibility on it. And not everybody's using it. So to also keep yourself, different than what's out there, as a consumer of real estate myself, and a former practitioner, it's something that I would ask for. And when I sold a house a long time ago before internet was popular, in Arlington, Texas, back then you'd ask him, what publications are you going to put the house in, right? Are you using the real estate book? Are you using the DFW Metro newspaper? Where are you doing advertising? It's something that I think smart consumers expect in today's society. So I think it's a great tool. And again, I think it does have the results. When I demoed it, it was almost a year ago. I was amazed by it, and hearing the success stories as we go out to the marketplace and talk to brokers and agents in their offices, it's been good. So we appreciate it.
And one thing I didn't touch on, and again, there's so many things to talk about, but you can, when we were looking at that radius, so you can target different parts of the entire country. So if you know that people in your area buy from out of state, and they buy from certain metro areas, you can buy additional advertisements for those metro areas to advertise properties in Florida somewhere else. So again, if that sounds confusing, I don't want to confuse anybody, but it is something that is available through the product. Call our team, we'll help walk you through how to do that exactly.
Yep, and that's what this couple actually spoke about, that they had a single family home in Gateway, which is very, very close to Fenway Park South, which is where the Boston Red Sox spring training is. And
yeah.
they actually did the actual advertising in Boston for that. So they
Awesome.
did that out of the area type advertising to get, and they've had more activity on it since they posted that ad than they had the previous 7 months of it being on the marketplace.
I
Yeah.
used to tell people all the time, track the snowstorms, send them your Florida home.
Yeah.
Snowstorms
That's great.
in, New
Having
York.
an ice storm, come south.
Exactly. So, but yeah, I think it's important. And that's good. I mean, you want to target. We have the Minnesota Twins at one ballpark, and we got the Boston Red Sox at another ballpark. So two great marketplaces, and we got that kind of that I-75, north-south interstate that takes people right down here. So
Cool. That's really cool. Well, happy to be here, and again, happy to answer any further questions. As we were just talking about with the multiple locations, there's one final question here. Can we target multiple locations in one ad, or we have to create separate ads? And the answer is separate ads. So each ad would target a different geography. And so you can decide how much budget, again, you want to put towards each of those geographies. But yeah, you can run multiple ad target ads for the same property.
Perfect.
Great. Well, thank you all so much. Have a great rest of your Monday and your week.
sounds
Have
good.
fun out there.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
All right.